Hey again, now for real, this is the last video. This is one thing that I forgot about the battle system, and that is that MGS developed an add-on for Kread-EX's battle system that basically gives you a movable camera that kind of follows you around, follows your characters around. And if you want to use that system, then you just go ahead and Google Addon CBS add-on, and that'll give you the link to the safepoint.org thread where the script is located. So go ahead and click on it, and what you want to download, it's by the script add-on is by MGC. What you want to download is the script plus DLL in Kread's demo, and what that's going to give you is basically the demo that you downloaded in video 1 with a few additional scripts and a DLL that you'll need. Just close that pop-up to run the demo plus the camera. So let's go ahead and unzip that. And here we have the Addon plus the active camera system, and you'll notice that it's pretty much the same thing that the original one brings, but this one has the MGC DLL. That's what's going to allow the game to run in a sort of mode 7 like version. So here you'll see a screen like in the original MGC, but if you go to the scripts, you'll see pretty much the exact same thing, but with 2 additional scripts added at the bottom. That's the Atelier series battle camera and the modification to the CBS. This you don't really want to touch unless you just want to deactivate them. This one you will be working with in a little bit. First, let me show you what the script does. Give me a second to deactivate the sound. Here we go, sound mute. Alright. So what you'll notice right off the bat is that when we start the battle, there will be a camera that kind of moves around. So it zooms back and forth, the screen darkens when you perform some actions. And you'll see that the menu is a little bit slanted. Right here you'll see that it's a little bit slanted. There's a little bit of zooming, and that's what the DLL and the additional scripts do. Now what's tricky about this script is that if you want to use it, you're going to have to go through a lot of defining background images. Reason being that if you use a different chipset than the one that's already defined here, let's just go ahead and copy and paste this. Player starting position. I'm going to have us battle with all of the characters. So here we've created a basic battle event in a map that is not the ice cave. And what happens is that when you go into battle, we do not have defined sprite sets for that tile set. Now, the database has nothing to do with the background for this. When you're using the battle camera, to define the elements, you basically have to go to the, to define the background, you basically have to go to the script. And here in the script, the very first setting that you'll see is the battlefield underscore sprites. Here you'll see 45 leading into different images. The images you will find here in graphics battle backs, and you'll see that the names correlate with what has been defined here. BG underscore 001 to 003 and the background. 45 is the ID number of the map in the tileset database. So we go down here to 45, and you'll notice that it's Ice Cave being the one that we have here, Ice Cave of Doom. the name that they've defined. So if you want to have, if you want to use the zooming camera, you will essentially have to add additional arrays to this. You basically do that by let's see. Oh, I forgot already. Alright, here we go. So you copy and then you paste. And then you just define a different map. Let's go with map 40, whatever. Well, actually, let's go with map 001. That's one that we already used. And now that we've done that, we set the starting position here. We already have that. New game, talk to him. And now we see the background over there. And we'll see here the front with the predefined images. Now you can of course have different backgrounds for different maps. So let's say that, for example, for the field we want to have let's see, we have backgrounds 1, 2, and 3, background 4, background 5, and background 6 in different layers. Alright, so that's a ground. Alright, so backgrounds and images 5, 6, and 7. Alright, so here we've defined the images for battlefields for the shipset 1 as ground 004, that's what we'll have to call it, and then the 3 background layers as 5, 6, and 7. But if we go here, we see that we don't have those. So what we would need to do is to create those images. So background, I believe this was 4, and then we'll have image 5, six, and 7. And then of course, just to show that it works, we don't really want to use the exact same images, so let's just go ahead and Google up some textures. Grass texture, and what we'll do is basically we'll download these textures. That one's a little bit too big. Let's see, maybe something smaller. Too big, too big, too big. Yeah, this looks, small enough, I guess. So we'll say that grass texture, and then let's look for different trees. This will do nicely. So we'll take that tree. That'll be one of the things that we'll be using, and we have 3 background layers, so let's look for flowers. So we'll just use this. Let's go flowers, save. And then bushes for the final layer. Let's go ahead and use this bush for the final layer. Save that image as. We can close that. And now we have these elements here. And what we'll want to do in our image editing program, again I use paint.net because it's free and it's pretty good, is that we'll open all of these elements into here, and we essentially want to change the elements that we'll be using in the game with what we found on the internet. So BG ground 004, we just paste our new grass on top of it. Here we want to look at the size, so canvas size, height 120. So for this one, this would be 5. This would be the one closest to the front, so let's use the flowers because I don't know, flowers are pretty. So let's just go ahead and resize this thing to height 120. Then let's just go ahead and get rid of all the white stuff. Too much tolerance. Let's get rid of all the white stuff. Too little tolerance. And I'm gonna go ahead and call this good enough. Copy, and then we just want to paste them in here. So paste towards the bottom, paste again, and paste, and that'll do. For the second layer, we want to do the same. We want to look at the size. It's again 120, so let's get the shrubbery. Let's get rid of all the white stuff, delete. We resize, height 120. This should appear behind the flowers in our background image. So we go ahead and paste towards the bottom, paste again, paste, paste, and I'm going to call that good enough. And now we want to do the same with the tree. Just get rid of all the background coloring, delete. We look at the size on this, canvas size, 240. So we go ahead and image resize the tree to 240. Then we just go ahead and copy the tree there. Copy and paste it into our new background. So paste the tree, paste, paste. And then of course if you want to do multiple layers you can do that as well. Paste into a new layer and that'll give maybe your background a little bit more personality. Right, so there you have a bunch of trees. Now that we've done that, we basically want to save. Right? So we're going to save this as background 7. We're going to save this as background 6. We're going to save the flowers as background 5. We're going to save the new grass texture. Right? And now we move all these images into our game folder, into our Battleback game folder. So now we have all of the things that we defined here in the script for the first tile set. And so when we go into the battle, in that tile set ID number 1, we have the images that we have already defined. Now of course you can go wild with this. You can use different colors, you can use minimalistic aesthetics, you can do pretty much whatever you want with it. And over there in the background what you'll see, it's pretty much whatever picture you have defined in your database. And I think that's really the most important part of the camera script. Let's see if there's anything else worth mentioning. You know, distance, offset, and whatever that, all that stuff's like, doesn't really matter. And that's pretty much it. That's all you need to know about the battle system, basically how to find it and how to add new backgrounds to it, right? And if you want to go directly to it, the URL for that, I'm going to link it in the bottom, in the comment section, the about section, whatever. And if you want to Google it, then you just Google for Artonelico CBS add-on if you want to add RPG Maker. That's cool. All right, so that's it.